Jordon in Durham, MC, the Bull City. See more better with freeprescriptionlenses.com. And today I'm going to cut Transitions XTRAactive Green with Crizal Anti-Glare for your Oakley Crosslink pitch. The 8037 and the 54 eye size in the color Gray Smoke. And we take everything out of the original packaging as Oakley sends to me. And of course, you have this frame that comes with replacement temples. How cool is that? You can change it up. I think there's some Carolina blue ones because your mother tells me you are a Carolina fan. With a name like Jordon, you are the 2-3 unless you come back and then you're the 4-5. But I just took off the plastic temple sleeves that protect the temples from rubbing together during shipping. I'm going to put that on there when I ship to you. And again, this is the Oakley 8037 color 02, which is the Gray Smoke in the 54 eye size. So, and how you change these temples out, you actually push this little tab here, and then this comes straight off. And then there's a little clip there to put it on. It goes on that metal tab, and then you push forward there, and that's how you swap them out. But let's go ahead and begin. I'm going to pop out your original demo lenses, one of which says Oakley on there. And of course you're going to get all the manufacturer's original packaging. I'm going to take your frame, put it into the tracing element of my blocker, but first, you are Secret Agent 1044. I'm going to program this shape into the computer so that years from now, should you ever need new prescription lenses, I can cut them using this number. You don't have to mail the frame back to me. I'm going to hit the green arrow with your start. The little stylus is going to pop up and go around and trace the inside bevel of the right side of the frame before doing the same thing on the left. Here at freeprescriptionlenses.com, where everyone loves a bargain and no one is disappointed in quality. You buy a genuine, authentic Oakley frame and you'll receive one free pair of clear single vision prescription lenses or non-prescription fashion lenses. My receipt has my federal ID tax number, so if you have vision insurance or a health savings account flex dollars, you will get reimbursed for this purchase, whether they are prescription or not. Jordan, you know you need prescription because he loves to fish. You got to see those fish out there. You got to see that bobber in the water when something is tapping on it. You got to reel that fish in. Okay, so your pupillary distance for each eye is 33. The computer starts at 32.5. We're going to tap that button. It's going to go up to 33. Let's raise that optical center height up 2 millimeters because you're not looking through the middle of the lens, and I'm going to mark it on there. We're going to go 2 up, and that's going to be at 19 high. So now I need to get your lenses prep. It looks like one of them is already marked right and left. Let's see about that. Let's go ahead and add some ink to the lensometer. Let's clean the dried crud off of it. Drop it on the counter. That's what all professionals do. Oh, my little bunion pad I got from the drugstore has come off. My little sticky's wearing off. I need to glue that on there a little better. So, I always like to protect the lens as much as possible and not have the back surface of the lens rest against the hard plastic of the lensometer. The back is hard plastic, the front has a little rubber tip, so that's, you know, why on one side and not the other. So your prescription is -1 1/4 in each eye. Let me just put it on 0 and make sure everything's zeroed out. Let's do 1 1/4, and let's see if this is the right lens, because then it's going to be slightly off center that way. We are good there, and that is the right. So really I don't need 3 dots, but I'm going to put 3 dots on there anyway. And this one is the right. Let's do the same thing for the left. I don't have to move the axis wheel. My guess is that would be, hang on, where's the thinnest part of the lens? Yeah, that's it on that one. They just marked it wrong because the outside of the lens is going to be the thickest. One of these was a little, that's the thickest, so that's got to be, they got it in here backwards. But it's alright, I'm the pro. I know what I'm doing. I got you. That's why you came to me. I don't trust anything the lab does when it comes to writing on lenses. They do about 1,000 pair a day, and the person at the very end who's running this thing is overworked, and they'll do whatever they can to get it out. I can't blame them. So, alright, let me get this out to you. So this is a block. I need to attach this to your lens while it is cutting. So I need to apply 2 double-sided adhesive stickers, of which I've got down here. Pull these out. The black side is the sticky side. We're going to line that up. So on the back is a silver button that is a magnet. That's going to do its job twice today. The first time it's going to attach itself to another magnet there in the arm. I'm going to pull the paper away to make the black side sticky, line up the magnet, make sure these are on there. Now Yours is unique. I really only need the center dot. You have no astigmatism, so really I could put the lens any direction and you're going to see just fine. If you did have astigmatism correction, I'd have to line those 3 dots up with that orange bar right through there. But out of habit, I'm going to go ahead and make sure that center dot is where it's supposed to be. I'm still going to put those other 2 dots on the parallel. Just want to make sure the lens is large enough, and it is. See my thumb, see my index finger where I'm holding the lens. Hit that button, the arm's going to come down and place the block onto the right lens. We're going to do the same thing now for the left lens. Same pupillary distance for the left, 33. 33, same optical center height. Put the lens in. Excuse me. Pull the paper away to make the black side sticky. Line up the magnet. And we're going to make sure the lens is large enough, and it is. Black dot where it's supposed to be. The other 2 black dots where they're supposed to be. Places, everyone. Places. Tout le monde. Hit the button. The arm comes down, places the block onto the left lens. Now this is the edger. It costs $40,000. It weighs 200 pounds. I recommend everyone go out, get their own, put it on your kitchen counter, and then you can cut your own lenses at home. You won't need this guy with the 2 thumbs and the bad jokes to do it for you. The actual cutting wheel is over here on the far left. It's going to act like a heavy grit sandpaper to grind away your lens material until it's the final size. This wheel in the center is going to put the V-shaped bevel onto the lens so it stays inside the bevel of the frame. So let me wake up the computer. 1044. 1044, the 44, the number of champions. We're going to press that on there and go ahead and put it into the Chuck, the Charles, the Chucky baby. Wake up the, well, I did wake up the computer. These are polycarbonate lenses. If they were plastic, high index plastic or Trivex, I would select that. I'm not going to polish the edge of the lens because it's not going to be seen anyway. I'm not going to put a safety bevel on the front convex surface of the lens because it won't protrude from, oh, I said I won't. And I'm going to put a light bevel on the rear concave surface of the lens. Hit the green arrow to start in every language. The door closes, my clean door that I cleaned last night. The clamp shut. And then the lens is going to be traced by 2 white styluses, making sure the lens is large enough to fit into the frame. You can see as it's tracing the shape. And that old carpenter saying measure twice, cut once. It's measuring the thickness of the lens at every point to know exactly and precisely where to place the bevel so you have the least amount of edge thickness showing. Now in just a moment the lens will drop down onto the cutting wheel. You see light flickering in the back. That is water there to catch the optical sawdust as it comes off of the cutting wheel. Polycarbonate lenses cut dry, where plastic, high index plastic and Trivex materials cut wet, meaning that water sprays onto the lens for the duration of the cutting cycle. Now water will spray onto your lens for the last 20 seconds just to wash away any optical debris, also known in the industry as swarf, that is beginning to form on the edge of your lens. But as I mentioned, your lenses are made out of polycarbonate. Polycarbonate is 40% thinner and lighter than regular plastic. They are virtually unbreakable. These are high impact ballistics grade lenses. It is the same lens material that our soldiers wear overseas in combat zones to protect their eyes from debris and flying shrapnel. It also has 100% UVA and UVB protection built into the lens. We know what the sun's harmful ultraviolet rays can do to your skin when you're there fishing at the beach or at Jordon Lake or at Carr Lake or any of the local ponds here in the Bull City. But this is permanent and never needs to be reapplied, unlike the lotions, creams, and sprays that need to be reapplied when you're out there in the sun fishing. Now, just if you notice, your lens is completely flat, just like a nickel. If I were to take it out, it would stand up on the counter. The machine is doing its own check and balance system just to double check exactly where to place the bevel. Now it's going to drop down onto the middle wheel, into that little channel, and it's going to put the V-shaped bevel on the lens. So you have a knife-like edge, a very dull knife like me, but a knife-like edge nonetheless. Now you also have the Crizal anti-glare coating. Anti-glare is 3 features in one. It is the first thing is it reduces glare when driving at night, particularly driving at night in the rain, but street lights, stoplights, computer screens, overhead fluorescent lights, and such. It also has a reflection-free capability, so it reduces reflections when someone's looking at you. If someone takes a picture with a flash, you don't see that lit up in the lens, or if you take a selfie, you won't see your camera in the picture. The third feature is it comes with the industry's hardest scratch coating to protect. The machine that applies the anti-glare costs well over $1 million and takes over 24 hours to vaporize 8 different coatings onto your lens. So because of the time and the expense, they put the industry's hardest scratch coating on there to protect your time and investment. So water spraying on the lens, which tells me in the last 20 seconds, the little lever has come out with a spinning wheel on the end of it. That's what's applying the safety bevel. Essentially, it's like a very fine grit sandpaper just to smooth away the back surface of the lens if there's any rough edges left over from the cutting cycle. In just a moment, I will open this door with my mind. If you like that, I can do other things with my mind. I can melt ice with my mind. I just got to stare at it for a couple hours, and then it'll melt. Again, if anyone can think of something funny, or write it down on a $100 bill and mail it to me, and I will read it on the air and give you credit for it. You don't even have to tell me your name. I'll recognize your handwriting and you'll get credit. So let's make sure that fits. I'm going to take the lens, tuck it in at the outside corner first, using my thumbs, press down at the nose, and it does not want to go back in. So we are going to take 1/10 of a millimeter off, going around the circumference of the lens. That's at 0.05. I'm going to tap it one more time, 0.10. Take 1/10 of a millimeter off. A millimeter is the distance between my thumbnails. I'm going to take 1/10 of that off, going around the circumference of your lens until it snaps in there easily. I don't want to force the lens into the frame. I want it to fit in there nice and easily. A lot of places who are in a hurry, like these labs that sent me your lenses that make 1,000 pair of glasses a day, I don't like the quality of the finished work, so that's why I cut my own lenses. But if I were to force the lens in, it would cause your frame to stretch, or what we in the industry call roll. If you can imagine the bottom of the frame being like this, if the lens was too large, the bottom of the frame would roll outwards, giving an ugly cosmetic look, as well as shortening the life of the frame. I am a perfectionist. If it takes a little bit longer to cut your lenses, I do not apologize. I aim for the center of the bullseye on every job. Although I like to say, if you live nearby, it'd be an easy fix. I can just take it down on the handstone some, but even though you do live nearby, it's that little bit extra at the beginning that keeps you happy for a lifetime. So, let's go ahead and open that up. Take the lens back out of the chuck, dry everything back off. Make sure there's no more optical sawdust on the edge of the lens. Go ahead and put that one in there, tuck it in the outside corner. And again, it does not want to go, so let's take another 1/10 of a millimeter off. Put it back in, 1/10 of a millimeter. And whatever the finished size is, I will document that on your paperwork, so I know in the future, should you need more lenses, I'll know what size to cut it to so it fits perfectly. So again, it's going to drop down onto the bevel wheel and just go around and take a little bit more off. That old carpenter saying, you can always cut more off of a piece of wood, you can never add it back on. So you start a little bit large and keep working your way down. It's nice having a clean door where you can actually see in there. I've been so busy, I've had 2 vacations. I apologize for where I was out of the office. I just did not have time to do some of the routine maintenance I normally do on the machine. First, I was trying to get everything shipped before going to Thailand. Then I was having to get caught up when I got back. I finally got caught up, then I left to go to Maine because it's peak color season up there. Then I get back, I'm trying to get caught up again. So, let's go ahead. Jordan, I want you to open the door with your mind this time. Concentrate, Jordan, concentrate. Hey, pretty good. Did it on your first try. I might have to hire you to cut some lenses for me when you're not fishing. Yeah, good luck with that. You'll never stop fishing and come in and work with me. Alright, so I'm going to tuck this into the outside corner, push down the nose. Why are you fighting me? I tell you what, let's do this a little differently this time. Let's tuck it in at the nose first, and then we'll do the outer edges. Look at that, look at that. That's what I wanted. I'm going to flip that over to L. Make sure the magnet is on top. Press that in there. Hit start. Just like before, the door closes, the clamp shuts, and then the lens is going to be traced by the 2 white styluses again. Making sure the lens is large enough to fit into the frame. And you can see as it's tracing the shape out. And just like before, measuring the thickness of the lens to know exactly and precisely where to place the bevel so you have the least amount of edge thickness showing, and you got none. No edge thickness whatsoever with your prescription in this frame. So I'm going to take the block off. Use my hand-approved drawing method. Take this off, add it to my collection. Jordan, you tell me when to, you hit stop. It's like musical chairs, and I will put it on there. Okay, I heard you say stop. Alright, so we're going to come down here. We're going to check the power of the lens on that black dot. I don't have to spin the axis wheel because you have no astigmatism. Put that on there. Read the power, and I am getting, if I can find my flashlight, 1 1/4, 1 tick mark away from 1. You have 1 1/2 in the middle, 1 3/4, then 2. You are nearsighted. With your glasses off, you need 5 steps of astigmatism correction. The unit of measurement in the optical world is called a diopter, spelled D-I-O-P-T-E-R, and goes up in quarter increments from there. So you're on the 5th rung of the ladder, 0.25, 0.50, 0.75, 1, 1 1/4. And this is unique. You are the same in both eyes. So with your glasses off, you have like super X-ray vision right here, but the farther away it is, it starts to get blurry. So you need 5 steps of farsighted correction. You have no astigmatism yet. There's a surefire way to know whether you're going to need astigmatism correction at some point in your life. If it's dark when you close your eyes, you're going to need astigmatism correction or glasses. If you're sleepy when you wake up, you're going to need glasses in your lifetime. If you're hungry right before you eat, you're going to need glasses at some point in your life. Oh, me. Okay. So, by the way, this frame sells for $210. The Transitions XTRAactive green. And now these take a little bit longer. The gray and the brown I can get out quicker. Green is still only made in 1 or 2 labs. And there's just a backlog waiting to get them out. I don't know why green gets that favoritism, but it does take longer for the XTRAactive green. The regular Transition 7 green I can get out quick. And of course the Crizal anti-glare I can get out quick within 24 hours. It's just this XTRAactive green. And now they're available with some of the mirror coatings. None of them are Carolina blue yet. They got NC State red, they got Duke blue. I know you don't want any of those two. Wake Forest gold. Yeah, I know. Gotta wait for that Carolina blue. That baby blue. But I am going to give you an orange cleaning cloth since UNC is in Orange County. Plus, your folks have a t-shirt company. I'm going to hire them to make some t-shirts for me. I've already been in contact with your mother. We told her about my plans. She says your dad is going to make it happen to me. He too is a Carolina fan. Alright, let's open this up. Take the lens out. Dry everything off so it's not slippery like a fish. Take that black dot off of there. Run my thumbnail around to make sure there's no optical sawdust. Make sure everything's in focus. I can't see what you guys are seeing. Although this morning I was talking about with my wife, I think I'm going to order a new GoPro camera. I'm still using the old 3 and now they're on a 7. So, which are automatically waterproof now, so I can cut lenses underwater. Hopefully that won't affect the electronics. So I'm going to do the same thing as before. I'm going to tuck it in at the inside corner this time. Push down at the edges and it snaps right in. The way this unique temple is, it has a little different of a mount on the inside, and that's what was causing me problems. But it wants to be stubborn, but I'm most stubborn. Again, let's use the forearm drawing method this time. That's something I've never done before. Ready? I'm gonna make 3-point shot. 3-point shot. Oh, in and out. I lost, but Jordan, you're a winner. Okay, let's put the sticker on there. It's growing. First 11 months, the last couple months. It's getting there. It's getting there since I moved my lab. We're going to come down here. Your left lens power is 1 1/4. Put it in over that black dot, which is the optical center, your pupillary distance. And I don't have to move anything because it's still set on 1 1/4 before. I couldn't have done a better job if I'd cut these lenses myself. Your pupillary distance is 66. I'm going to turn the card around when I place the PD stick on against my thumb on your right lens. So we hold it up over here and we're getting 66 millimeters, so that is cut perfectly. Let's go ahead and now, as I clean your lens, as I mentioned in every video, that there's free shipping anywhere in the US, and my hometown is still in the US. But when you get these in the mail, there's a small chance that these could fit too loose or too tight. However, there's an 80% chance that one side is going to sit higher than the other. That's because 80% of people have one ear that is higher than the other. So if you just go back to the same shop you had your glasses or your prescription made at, they'll do it for you. Let me clean this a little bit better. But I'm part of that 80%. But the unique things about these Oakleys, all the other glasses I have to, well, I'm going to get these in standard alignment first, and I'll show you what I mean. But all the other glasses I have to adjust them, and I don't know why. These Oakleys are so unique that they're almost like self-adjusting. But when I'm going to get them in 3-point stance. The 3 points are 1, 2, and the bottom of the frame being 3. When I set them down, there's no wobble on the counter. Normally when I take mine off, they wobble on the counter, but they don't. These sit level on me. Now you have the, grab this so I can see what I'm doing with my glasses off. You have the Oakley Crosslink Pitch. I have the 8132, the Oakley Crosslink Switch. Mine switch a little differently. I have that little tab on mine that I pull down and it slides right off. Now I'm rocking the blue-orange because of our hometown Durham Bulls colors, the blue-orange that they got. Don't worry, that's not Auburn, that's not Virginia, that's the Durham Bulls colors. I'll put mine back on so I can see what I'm doing, yo. Flip that over, press down, there is no wobble. Close each temple to make sure they overlap perfectly, and they do, and that neither temple is askew like that. So this is what your lenses look like while they are clear. I'm going to go ahead and activate them, which means expose them to a strong burst of ultraviolet light, of which I will do that now. And as you can see, it takes about 30 to 45 seconds for transition lenses to darken, about 45 seconds to a minute 15 to return back to virtually clear when you go back inside. Jordan and everyone else, pay attention. All transition lenses will get dark on day 1 and continue to darken every day for the first couple days they're exposed to the sun. After that, they will work for years with maximum performance. The only time they won't work is if you're behind the windshield of a car, and that's transition signature 7. These are the extra active, so they will get 30 to 50% dark behind the windshield of a car. They're also temperature sensitive, meaning they won't get as dark when it's 85, or they'll get darker when it's 85 and below than they will when it's 95 and above. But I remind everyone, we all work a little better when it's a little cooler outside. When it's 100 degrees, you're miserable, your glasses are miserable. Nobody works 100% when it's over 100 degrees outside. So, but with this fall weather coming, there shouldn't be a problem. These will get very dark when you're out there fishing. You got the Transitions Extra Active Green. How cool is that with the gray smoke frame? Oh yeah, those fish are going to be proud when you pull them out of the water. When you watch Carolina basketball this year, of course you'll be indoors. You might actually have a TV out on the deck. I don't know. Watch it on your game, streaming live. You might be outside, and then you'll have these, the Transitions Extra Active Green. Now as I keep running my mouth, you'll see as these start to lighten. Now, if you like what you've seen, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can also follow me on Facebook and Instagram as freeprescriptionlenses.com. You can email me with any questions directly to the website on the Contact Us page, although I've had a couple people say they couldn't get through, so you can email me directly at freeprescriptionlenses@gmail.com. You can also leave your question, better yet, leave your question or comment in the comment section below. That way I can answer it, and also other people can benefit from your inquisitive nature. So that's at Jordan in the Bull City of Durham, North Carolina, 11 miles away from the University of North Carolina in Chapel Hill. I hope you enjoyed watching as I cut Transitions Extra Active. That's not a flashlight. Where's my flashlight? Transitions Extra Active Green for your new Oakley 8037, the Oakley Crosslink Pitch. Color 02, which is the gray smoke in the 54i size. And everyone else has got the chance to see how I bring that love and feeling back to glasses. Thank you.